Alright, back with another video, and I had a video yesterday, but I decided to combine everything. I have a purchase towards the end of the video here because I wasn't able to get that re-recorded because I threw away the packing materials, what I thought were kind of interesting, so we'll show that at the end. I want to share with you a poster that I've had many years. I know I've had it at least 20 years. I'm almost certain of that. And I framed it myself. Finding a piece of plexiglass was near impossible for this thing. Very expensive. I couldn't even tell you how much that was. The frame was like a large, kind of like a cardboard print or something like that, and I cut the frame down. I did not do a very good job, but even so, when you buy some of these metal frame kits, they don't always line up perfectly. Sometimes they're a little close. They're kind of skewed in the corners, but I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Years ago, I went to an antique store and spent $7 on a poster, which is a lot because I used to get them for 50 cents or $1, but this is a much older poster. It was something I never knew that you could even buy or was even existed because I thought maybe by that time they had been all pitched or thrown away or in private collections. What I'm talking about is this really beat Bad News Bears and Breaking Training poster. And it was like $7 many years ago, and it's plexiglass frame there. I couldn't tell you how much that plexiglass would even cost these days. The poster was $7. It wouldn't surprise me if I was $35 into the frame, but that was a lot cheaper than buying a frame back in the day, and it still is. I don't know what a frame is going to cost me over $100, and I wasn't all set to start framing all my $1 to $5 poster in movie posters, which I have probably close to 50 of them, let alone I have almost zero wall space that was hanging on a wall somewhere, and that needs to be moved, and so I don't know, there was a big rip towards the BAD right there, but I was able to flip that back down there. But believe it or not, this poster, probably in better condition, is only like a $35 poster. Some people want $55 or $60 for it, but it really doesn't have a lot of value. I wanted to say this was from '78. I really don't remember when the movie came out. Oh no, sorry, 77 I think maybe is when it came out. It says 77/99, so I think this is a 1977 movie. One of my favorite that always came on TV, usually like a UPN or KPTV Channel 12 out of Portland. UPN was, I believe, the United Paramount Network, if I'm not mistaken. Usually on some sort of, it was kind of UHF, VHF back then, and then all that fun stuff. So lots of good memories. I know it was always edited for time or content, they would change up a couple of the words or whatever, but very iconic movie for several reasons because, Jackie Earle Haley was always, when the sun was rising and then he was contemplating life, and then he was smoking that cigarette. All kinds of things, when people look back at this movie, there's all kinds of things you would never have anybody do, but, a lot of these things that kids were doing back in the movie were actually what they were doing in real life, whether it was right or wrong. I don't want to have my Bad News Bears all edited for all kinds of, political reasons. It would not be fun. Anyway, back onto the mail here. So that's what I have for that. Like I said, I was just looking up this poster here, see if I have it in the screen here. What's really interesting is because you can get all kinds of other posters. Unfortunately, the posters prices, fortunately, they've stayed kind of low because there's people making a lot of prints. You can buy all these, limited edition, or not limited edition, but here's one. Bad News Bears Breaking Training Combo movie poster, 78. I'm not sure I have that one. I have to double check. But that's $27.49 plus $10 for shipping. And then you have like some sort of Japan movie poster in Japan, Japanese. That's kind of neat. I have no idea. I've never seen that one before. So there's all different kind of options, out of sight, out of mind. So a lot of these things have come down in price. But see, so this is like a mini poster, so I don't know what that came from, or if that's just a print that somebody made. Here's another Japanese mini poster from Japan. I really don't know. I want to say that might be like a lobby card, and a lobby card is 11 by 17 or something to that effect. I don't know, really, the whole deal. And here's like, a U.S. insert. I don't know what that's some sort of movie theater thing here. A lot of these things from overseas, I don't really want to do that. China. We don't want this poster from China brand new. See, you have to be careful because there's a lot of copies that people are making. So very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I don't know, there's another Japan one. I mean, the Japan ones are probably closer to legit if they're from Japan. I'm confused, so don't want to look into this here. See, here's a trade ad. So I wonder if that maybe come out of a magazine. People are clipping out magazine pictures and calling them posters. So you have to be very careful what's a poster and what's just like a little photograph or some sort of print that somebody's making. But that keeps the price down on a lot of these things because people are more apt to just buy something for decorative purpose instead of the actual thing here. Here's a fridge movie magnet and stuff like that. I tried to do it by price, but it just does not make sense. That's not by lowest price here because that's $7.47, and then this one up here is $70. So it's not. eBay is broken right now. They're just allowing a lot of people to do a lot of crazy things on there. So without further ado, let's get the mail here. And this is yesterday's and today's. Here's one from Ridgecrest, California, no particular order. They put in a large envelope there, and they put cardboard in there to protect it, heavy, thick cardboard there. And it was this postcard here. There's this one here, and this is Ridgecrest. I only had 2 stamps there. I put 50 on there because it was the easiest for me. So there's Ridgecrest. This one, unfortunately, got the better of the machine. Postal machines got the better of this one. The card is all mint, but somehow the stamp fell off. I'm not sure what happened, but the stamp fell off. This is, shoot, I've forgotten already. Lake Hughes. Lake Hughes, and unfortunately, like I said, Lake Hughes only has 8 cents, so 40 cents fell off. That's too bad. I don't know what stamp that was. I don't know if that was an old airmail stamp or what that was. Then we have one here, Snoopy in Woodstock. Came back really beat. Snoopy's got some sort of crud on his nose, and then it says San Francisco, California, Earth Day right there. And then this is from Bodega, California. Now, Bodega Bay never returned there, but I got Bodega. Really beat up postcard, but oh well, what can you do? That's the whole thing of it. This one here is from Kyburz, K-Y-B-U-R-Z, California. Oh, in fact, before I get into that one, Ridgecrest gave me back my envelope. Why in the world, do I put all this time and effort onto these envelopes if these post offices are going to give them back to me? I mean, I do all this, fancy stamping on there. I should save those for my postcards and then do, anyway. And then they gave me back I thought it'd be nice to give them some sort of, I guess they didn't appreciate the recipe I gave them. So I do an awful lot of recycling, an awful lot. You would not believe the heavy box I had to take down. This one is Kyburz. Where did Kyburz go? Kyburz is right there. I use that art stamp there, and they missed those other 2. I guess that's not important there. And then this was one I picked up at the stamp club for a stamp club. I'm not in a stamp club. I would never join a stamp. Don't join a stamp club. For those of you, that's stupid. I mean, it really is. It's just a bunch of nothing. What do you know about that? Everything packed in, even the suit to wear. So that was $1 at the stamp show, previous stamp show. This one here is Goshen, California, almost 8 minutes right now. Snail Mail is the friendliest, one of these religious postcards there. So that's really cool. And Goshen, California. We have Coarse Gold, California on another religious postcard. Again, every postcard I find that is more or less generic, I'm going to use it. Coarse Gold, California, they used a bunch of C postage stamps. I think those were 20. They probably were, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Sometimes I overpost depending on what stamps I have. For whatever reason, this is the Walnut Creek City Council. They probably work at the post office as well too, these kind of geeks, because they don't even cancel their postcard there. So I marked it as a fail. Jerks. Then we have Alex Katz, copyright 2003. It says Round Hill 1977, and this is Newark, California. So the 2 black cancels, maybe they tried that first and then they got the red one there to see if that works. And there is that, people enjoying life on the lake or the beach or whatever. So very, very cool there. So those are my postcards. That's my amazing postcard. That's one of the favorite things I own. I was in a place of honor for many years. Now I gotta find another spot for that. I'm trying to figure that out. I have absolutely 0 wall space and probably close to 100 posters, that have been sitting absolutely wasting away doing nothing. So, oh yeah, and one other thing. I was getting back into coin collecting just for a quick bit here. I went to the bank and said, give me a couple of rolls of nickels. And I got all these wonderful nickels here to put in my coin book. Fortunately, I can't find my coin book, but this doesn't matter because none of them fit my coin book. None of them. So I have 80 nickels that I need to take back to the bank or spend in some sort of change. And that's what I have for today, and thank you for watching. Alright, just back again for one little thing here. I did not realize, when I get large packages, they drop them at the... There's an entrance that I don't necessarily... It's hard to explain, but it's the main entrance, but not the main entrance, if that makes sense. And so when I go check the mail, I don't see that, because it's around a corner. But anyway, I got a record purchase that came in, and the packaging was kind of funny. You don't need to see the white box. They're almost exactly the same. But I thought it was funny because that guy used to protect the record with a couple of things here. I think the covers are empty here. I'm trying to smell how bad they are, but anyway, this is funny because Dynagroove Hail the Conquering Nero, Peter Nero. That is not what I ordered, but that was packing material. I thought that was pretty funny, so that'll be recycled. But it's funny how a lot of people just throw this stuff away and don't realize they could use it for packing records. Absolutely crazy. It has zero value even with the record. And then here is the 101 Strings Stephen Foster Songbook. I should think about that one of these days. Buy all the 3 for the dollar records at the thrift store, and then throw away the records and keep the better records covers for packing material if I ever ship out anything like this. How funny is that? How crazy is that? So there is that, and the record in question here is something, and there's some actual cardboard in between there. But it was well packed otherwise, so this was in a plastic baggie here, and the record was shipped outside of the sleeve, which some people do. You wouldn't know anything about this, and I know very little about this here, but I do have, and this was hard to find here. I think there was only one copy US, and there was one on Discogs that was around $30 or so with the shipping. Unfortunately, this corner is massively broken here. Kind of broke to the point there. That was in the picture, but that was not... they overvalued the condition of the cover there. But this is Michael Cassette, so it gets very confusing because people think I'm looking for cassettes here. So this is Michael Cassette, Zeppelin/David. This is not a very old album, but somebody probably spun it a lot through this, some sort of DJ thing. And then the record here. You have to be very, very careful because a lot of these just come like this without the actual cover there. And the whole point of it is to get this particular cover. And that's what people want, actually. There are people that do collect those. It's very similar to another one I have. But anyway, so there's that one. And let's look at the vinyl itself here. And it's pretty clean, so I'm not too worried about that. Again, I'm not really worried because a lot of this kind of music has pops and cracks already embedded in some of it. But I've listened to this on YouTube and it was pretty good, so I figured I had to grab that. Another one for my Anjunabeats / Anjunadeep collection. I don't have any of the Beats ones yet because they seem to be a little tougher to find, a little more sought after. That's pretty much it. And then again, there's the back of it there. I wanted to say this was from 2017. What's the date was on this one here? Can't find the date on here. 2007. So that makes a little more sense. 2007. So, but it's one of the newer records, of course, in my collection, other than the record store day stuff there. Don't need to dwell on that very much, and thank you for watching.